بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا وزدنا علما يا كريم اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا سهلا Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us another opportunity to come together. And our Shaykh, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy upon him, Shaykh Abdul Razak Halabi, when he was called a Shaykh, he said, "Don't call me a Shaykh, I'm a student of knowledge." Shaykh Abdul Razak Halabi, over the age of 80, being a Bahar in Nahu, being a Bahar in Fiqh, being a Bahar in Quran, the Ashra Qira'at, he says, I want to be with the Tulab al-Ilm. Because who are the Tulab al-Ilm? They are the same people that the angels spread out their wings for. That's the sharaf of a Talib al-Ilm, the person who goes to go out in the search of knowledge. He is going out in the path of Allah until he returns. This is the sharaf of a Talib al-Ilm. Now going on to the subject, inshallah ta'ala, we could talk about ilm for hours on top and we wouldn't still finish. But we want to realize what the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam brought to us. By comparing how the Arabs used to be before prophecy, what kind of people were they? Were they people of good character? What kind of people were they? They were actually people that would bury their own young daughters alive. This is what the Prophet ﷺ was competing against. Not only that, if somebody went past and from another tribe, another person went past and said something to him, a feud, a war would occur which would last for decades on top. Thousands of people would be killed because of this. The Prophet ﷺ came to a community. If somebody's father passed away, the eldest son would marry his own mother. This is the type of community the Prophet ﷺ came to change. And majority of the people, they had no purpose in life. They were waiting for the chosen Prophet ﷺ. And before the Prophet ﷺ said he's a prophet, people would call him Ameen and Sadiq, even before he said he's a prophet. And when they were rebuilding the Kaaba, it came to putting the stone in its place. Each tribe wanted their chief to place the stone. Each tribe saying, no, it's going to be our chief. No, it's going to be our chief. Until they drew out swords. They drew out swords with the intention of killing each other. So whoever's the last man standing is going to put the black stone back into place. And then one of them gave advice saying, in the morning, wait till the morning. We'll wait till the morning. Whoever is the first person to enter into the Kaaba, he will be the person to decide amongst us. And they're waiting till the morning anxiously, who's going to be the first person to enter? And who was it? It was the Prophet ﷺ. He entered and they say, who has come? Ja'a Ameen was Sadiq, was Sadiq afwan. Yeah, who's come? The trustworthy one and the truthful one. This is before prophecy. And they said to the Prophet ﷺ, you decide amongst us who's going to be the one to put the stone. He says, lay out a sheet of cloth and put the Kaaba in the middle. Each one of your chiefs is going to hold a corner. And when it came high enough, the Prophet ﷺ put the black stone in its place. The same when Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu used to go with the intention of kissing the stone, he would say to the stone, I'm not kissing you because you're from heaven. I'm kissing you because my beloved, I've seen my beloved kissing you. This was that love for the Prophet sallallahu wasallam alayhi, and we are gathered here also in the remembrance, in the love of the Prophet sallallahu wasallam alayhi. And now, these same people used to give items to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam so he could keep them safe. And even after prophecy, they would give things to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The people that did not believe in him still would give items. He has saved this for me. This is the reason Sayyidina Ali stayed behind. When the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam and Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu went for hijrah, they left Sayyidina Ali behind so he could give the items back. This was the truthfulness of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And now we see the people that loved the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam before he said he's a prophet. After he said he's a prophet, these same people hated him. These same people hated him and wanted to take his life. And they planned many times to take his life. One certain Sahabi who became one of the biggest Sahabi, who became the second Khalif, who the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, if there was going to be another Prophet after me, it would be Umar. Sayyidina Umar is the same person who drew out his sword. He said, I've had enough of this person. I'm going out for him. I've had enough. On the way, he found out that his sister and brother-in-law become Muslim. And due to listening to the Quran, listening to Surah Taha, he becomes Muslim. And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, strengthen Islam with Umar. And another person, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned his name also. And when we make dua, we've left dua. Whenever the announcer on Friday, he does announcements, he says, this person has given £10, so his close one who is ill gets better. This person's giving such and such a money for such and such a reason. We have never given money. Shaykh, make dua that we increase ourselves in the law of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Have we ever done that? Have you ever gone to the Shaykh and said, Shaykh, I've got a disease in my heart. Make dua that this disease in my heart gets cured. Have you ever made dua, Shaykh, could you make dua? Could you make dua that I become a student of knowledge? Have you ever made these du'as? Have you ever made a dua, Shaykh, make a dua that I become five waqt namazi? Have you ever made this dua? Have you ever made the dua that, Shaykh, make dua that my knowledge and my ma'rifah of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam increases? No, we haven't, because our intentions, our focal point is not the religion anymore. It's not the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It's not the companions radiyallahu anhum ajma'een. It's not the other pious people. Our motives have changed. This is why we are struggling as a community. This is why we are struggling as a community. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came to give da'wah, not to Muslims, but other people that were not Muslims, that are idol worshippers, having worshipped the same idol for centuries. He was changing them. We cannot change our hearts to come to the masjid. We cannot change ourselves, our states to come to the masjid. The brothers out there telling brothers, brother, come to the masjid. Oh brother, when my time's right, inshallah. No, you don't know when the time is coming. 3 days ago, one of my students, he was involved in a